Hi everybody. So I noticed that everybody's been doing Ann Picaro's alternate reality tag. Let me check. Alternate BJD my collection in an alternate universe. My collection in an alternate universe. And I've been tagged a couple times. Twice by one person. You know who you are. So I've been feeling guilty because I haven't done it yet. So I'm gonna do that tag. Yes. So the questions are. I do not know how to use my. I'm trying to use my other Kindle while I'm recording on this one. And this one doesn't work the same. So let me read the questions. Okay. So the questions are. What would your collection look like in an alternate universe? And why isn't this your collection now? So, I couldn't really think of anything, like, at one point, or, because, like, in another life, you want to be someone else? Probably. I would. I'm not kidding. I mean, and most of us want to be rich. So if you're rich, you can do whatever you want, right? So that'd be really cool. But I would want to be more artistic, maybe. Like, okay, my alternate self would be pretty, so that I would know how to do my own makeup, because I don't wear makeup. Then I would know how to do face-ups, and then through that outlet, I could do commissions, and I could paint other people's dolls, and I would be able to experience tons of dolls, so that you'd be able to see all these different sculpts and bring them to life. That would be cool. That would be awesome. Like, it wouldn't be like a collection thing, but my alternate self would be better at the artistic aspect of the hobby so that I could get more out of it. Because I think I miss a lot of the, what's the word? I don't know the word. Like, the uniqueness, maybe, of the hobby, because I can't make my own character, my doll into the character I want it to. I have to depend on other people to do it for me, and so far I've been lucky and they've been doing a wonderful job, but there's one doll I cannot get right in my head, like, and this is really insane, this is the doll that I have done nothing with. My Resin Soul song. You would think he would be simple, but the character I have for him does not. I don't know what that character looks like, and like personality-wise, the character isn't as cheerful looking. Isn't as cheerful as the sculpt looks. Like, to me, he's got this cute little smirk, and he's just like a little imp. Like, he's freaking adorable. But my character, of course, I would pick the only sculpt that's smiley and happy to be an insecure, worried character that, because he's got a rough life, And I would pick a doll that's happy and cute and cheerful looking, because look at this little mouth, he's got like a smirk. So I wouldn't be able to pull off a face-up that is supposed to be timid and, worried and stuff, But, and it sucks because, and this is insane too, out of all the dolls I have, I would consider this doll, a Resin Soul song, this sculpt is my grail sculpt. Which is weird, because I have him, but this is the one doll that I cannot put a face to, because there is so much potential for this sculpt. Because every time I go and look at other people's photos and their face-ups on them, it's like, oh, I love what they did. And I wonder if my character could look like that, or if it should, or should I get another one and make one like that? You know what I mean? There's so many... Because people can do so many amazing things with their face-up skills. They can do any character. They can make any characters come to life. So it doesn't matter the sculpt. the face up brings them to life, and that so that's why I cannot figure out how to get this little bugger to be the character I envision. And it's okay because, like I said, he's my girl sculpt. I've always wanted a song because every time I see them, I'm just like, oh, adorable. You know, everybody's Rose & Soul songs are my favorite. I don't know why. I think these little hands are my favorite. He's got my favorite hands out of all the dolls. And he's like my favorite sculpt. And I love elves. So it's like he embodies everything about the hobby that I love. I just cannot customize him into the person he's meant to be. And it's fine, but it's also frustrating. So in an alternate universe, if I had the skill to bring my own characters to life, it'd be great. Because when I write a story, I don't see the character playing out their place in their world. I'm like, I see it from the viewpoint of I am the character, and that's what they would say. That's what they would do. And when you're embodying the character, you don't see them. So I don't know what his face should be. But yes, so in an alternate universe, that's one version. I'm just going to keep holding him because I love his sculpt. He's so cute. So that's one alternate universe thing. Is I would want the skill to be able to paint any character I want and bring them to life. And then like do commissions and stuff and help other people bring their characters to life, and then I could experience tons of different sculpts through that, because there's some dolls I'll never see, I'll never handle in real life, you know, so that would be like the only chance you could get. So that'd be really cool. And then the other realistic, because that's not going to happen, so the other realistic alternate universe would be a universe in which, oh man, he's so floppy, his leg came off. Would be a universe in which I'm allowed to spend my money as I choose. Because I don't know why. I don't know why it's just my bank. But, and I've bitched about this before, they will not let me purchase anything that is any way associated with China or Saudi Arabia or parts of Russia. Because of fraud. There's past fraud instances from like eBay and stuff, and the bank like, nope, we're not going to deal with it anymore. We're sick of paying out stuff and dealing with the hassle. So they completely lock those countries out. So anything on eBay, on anything on Etsy, any company based in China or that has a banking system that goes to China somehow, I cannot purchase through. And how many companies are from China? Quite a few. So that's why I have to depend on dealers to get me my dolls, or the secondhand market. And that is why my collection is so big. Every time I buy a doll on the secondhand market, it's like a jab at my bank for not letting me buy what I was going to initially. So it's like, haha, joke's on you. I'm going to do what I want. So then I get carried away and I have like too many dolls. But you see what I mean? Like, not being able to purchase what I intend to or need to, especially clothing wise, drives me crazy. Because I can't complete anybody because clothing is very limited through dealers. So, yeah. But I kind of took care of that with something else. Thanks, Gina. That'll be different. That's another video. But, okay. So, in an alternate universe where I'm able to spend my money freely, I would have probably only had 2 dolls. This would have been one, because he's always been a grail. He will always be a grail no matter what. So this sculpt would have come home to me eventually. But, I've also, you know, as time goes on in the hobby thing, I've learned that my favorite sculpt, my favorite size is SD. So, I would have started with an SD. My doll, the doll that I was set to buy, okay, when I first got in the hobby, I looked at everything. I'm like, every Zoom doll I saw was, like, limited, sold out, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I'll never order from them. And then, you know, you look at all the high-end ones, and I'm like, oh, $800 is too much, blah, blah, blah. So eventually I narrowed it down, and I had one doll that I really wanted. And I thought I could purchase him because the shop it's like based in California, but their bank system is based out of China. For some reason, the payments go to China. So I was going to buy now I gotta put him down because I have his on this. I was going to buy a Blue Blood doll Nile. I was gonna get the full set, and I had a story for him. I'll show you what he looks like if you're not familiar with him. But this picture isn't coming up. Come on, do what you did before. Why doesn't this thing? Okay, so this right here, this doll, which you can't really. Anyway, he's a Blue Blood Gen X Nile, and he's gorgeous, right? And he would have come as a full set, so he would have come with all of his clothing, in this side right here. Where's my finger? There we go. He would have come like this. So he would have looked exactly like this, right? And I was set on buying this doll, right? So I went to the website, filled in the form. And it was through eBay, I think, because they have a store on there. So I'm like, if I go through eBay, it's easier to pay because I can use PayPal, and then there's no hassle. But the second I put my order through, the bank flagged it. I got a call. There's fraud on your account. I said that was me. Why isn't it going through? And then I tried it again. So I had 3 strikes of fraud on my account within 20 minutes. And then they finally said, quit screwing around. And then I finally asked my bank why it wouldn't let me. And they said, oh, because for some reason the payments are going through China. We don't allow that. So then I was like, I'm never going to ever be in part of this hobby because that's the doll I want. So I even went all the way to Western Union to figure out how I could send money that way. And that's like a cash thing, which is like no, you don't send cash to people you don't know. But the downside of that was it would have cost me an extra $80, 40 both ways, for me to send money through Western Union. So the doll itself, I think the full set was like 500 and I want to say 580, which was a lot of money. But I'm like, well, he's going to come with a wig and eyes and clothes, and he's going to look amazing. So it doesn't matter, because I didn't plan to customize him beyond what he looked like, because I liked what he looked like. And the character whose story I had for him looked like that. So it would have been perfect. But then I'm like, well, then it's another $80 on top of that, so then you're in the $600 range, and that doesn't include shipping yet. So then I thought about it, and I'm like, that's not going to happen. So that one didn't happen, and I was like, ugh, right? And then I don't even remember how I even came across dealers. Like, Mint on Card was the next place I figured out that I could actually order through, and that's how I ended up with my Doll Zone Row and my Doll Chateau, what is he? Charles. So that's how I ended up getting my first dolls, is because I finally figured out that I could order through dealers. I don't remember how I figured that out. And I honestly don't remember how I got to be part of the YouTube community. I don't remember who first told me to look on here. My memory is horrible. But yeah. So the first purchase failed, and I almost was like, F it, I'm never going to be part of the hobby. And then the Mint on Card thing happened. Then I heard about Alice's collections, and I would have purchased, and this was before I got my MSDs, I would have purchased, since I couldn't get the SD doll through eBay, I would have purchased a Popo doll S, I think he is. He's like a rocker looking dude. I thought he was gorgeous. I wanted to order him through Alice's collections, and again, for some reason, even though they're completely 100% legit and no one has ever had problems, my bank wouldn't let me order through them. So that is where my vast wish list of clothes is sitting right now. I know where I can purchase them. They're at Alice's collections. There's a whole shopping cart that I put together of just clothes at one point, and I can't buy them because my bank will let me. So in an alternate universe, I could spend my money however I want. As much or as little as I have, I could spend it. And it would be great. Because then I could finish characters instead of thinking of new ones. And clothe them and finish them. But I am stuck at the point of I have them. I either don't know what they look like or they have no clothes because I'm limited. So, yes. So in an alternate universe, that's what I would do. And why aren't they a part of my collection? Well, the first thing is bank obstacles. And then the second thing is I don't have the artistic ability in this universe to be a face-up artist and bring these guys to life. Because I tried to do one of them. It weren't pretty. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know. In another life. But yeah, and it'd also be cool to have unlimited funds, unlimited space, you know. Because you could do a billion things. You could buy so much stuff with money. Money can buy you happiness if you are content with what you purchase and it makes you happy. Like, if you could use your money on hobby stuff and do fun stuff your whole life, you'd be great. And you'd have enough money to help out other people, and your friends and family could have a good life. You know what I mean? So, yes, I think money could buy happiness. I really do. Because not having money sure ain't doing much for me. But anyway, yeah. So, my next thing is to bring this little guy to life, but I'm lying because I honestly, as he is, this is my Grail doll. I don't know why it's him, but it's just, look at his little hands and this face. That, to me, he embodies the hobby. I just wish I could figure out how to customize him and what his character looks like, because he's part of Rowan's story, and he is a major character in that story. Because he's like the second main character, pretty much. So I follow Rowan's timeline, I follow this guy's. And then eventually they all mesh. So, yes. Hobby hurdles, right? So I don't know if I answered this tag right, because the more I thought about it, the more I just thought, you know, in another reality, I would have only had two. I honestly would have had just this guy and that blue blood doll, Niall. Because, yeah. And, did I tell you the story I thought of for the Niall? See, another weird thing is the blue blood doll would have been a blind pianist. And he would have been like his caretakers, which I do believe are part of his family. They would have, he's all sorts of floppy, guys. His caretakers or whatever would have been, you know, his family. So I want to say like an aunt or something, not his real parents. But they pretty much lock him in a room and just use him for his skill, because he's an amazing artist. His music just flows through him. And to him, because he can't see, he doesn't know that these people are doing this to him. Like, they just use him to make money, and then they live extravagantly, and he's in a little room by himself, you know, making music, and that makes him happy. But he doesn't realize that, I think this is skipping like the last time. No, he just doesn't realize that it's happening, which is very sad. So eventually, yeah, other people find out and they want to, you know, make his life better or whatever, but he's content, so it's not a good thing. But yeah, so that character was supposed to be the blue blood guy, but he somehow turned into two different characters that I shelved, and that would be my clone boy, my Zoomphonalist. He is the blind one. And then the musical one was supposed to be Puck. Instead of a piano, he plays violin. I cannot shell Puck to save my life. So I would have had one doll to be both those characters, because I needed a doll that could be blind. I don't know why. And I needed a creative musical one. So, in a way, it worked out, but why did I have to have 2 dolls to have the characteristics I was looking for? I just ended up doing everything the hard way, pretty much. I mean, it worked out for the best, because now I have this whole jumble of whatever, but, like, it could have been so much less of a hassle to just have the one. And I think I only would have had the one SD, and then this guy. So, yes. Yep. So that would be my alternate universe tag. If I answered this wrong, tell me so I can do it again. I don't understand tags very well. And if you haven't done it yet, go ahead. I don't know who to tag, because I think everybody I follow already did it. Because I'm like the last to do anything, because I'm never around anymore. So yeah, hope you guys have a good weekend. And I don't know. I have tomorrow off and that's it. So I probably won't do much hobby-wise, because, you know, time constraints and all that jazz. But I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I watch all your stuff, so you're keeping me entertained. Thank you. But yeah, so I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.